Happy Sunday. It is time for my mental health vlog, and I am tired today. Um, Last night we went out for my birthday and had a lot of fun, so I'll talk about that in just a minute. Um, the week itself was good. A little struggle at work this week. I've been working on a project for over a year and a half, and it is a function that we're putting in place for all of the different um, types of items that are on our site, so that when it's generated, it automatically files into our no document filing system. It's been a very, very complicated and innovative project that like I said, worked on for over a year and a half. And when we first started this project, I think we had like 10, 15 different deliverables that we were working on. So it was, complicated, but it was manageable. Well, now we have like 70, and it's insane because we're coming down to the very, very final, the finish line of this project. But we're trying to, each one of these items has several different links that go along with it that we have to test and validate, and if changes are needed or made, then those links get changed, and it was just so unmanageable. I snapped at work this week, and I told my boss, I'm like, I have lost control of this project. We cannot continue to keep adding things to it while we're trying to finish it. And she totally agreed. So we're trying to take a different approach to it, and we're trying to get the teams that keep giving us stuff for it, we're trying to kind of get them on board with, hey, stop. And they are not willing to do that. So we are trying to find ways to make it work and get through it where it is manageable. And it was a hard snap this week when it finally happened, because I was trying to keep on and maintain and keep on and maintain and keep on and maintain, and then I was having a day where everything was just so confusing, and I was trying so hard to find a way to organize it and get it together so I could start tracking it. And then my boss asked me for like one more thing about this project, and I'm like, I don't think we have this. Like, well, yeah, we do, because we just did that with this one. And it just kind of went, I'm like, I cannot keep this straight. And yeah, it wasn't my best moment, but I at least she pretty much she's pretty much said, yeah, that was warranted. And this is out of control. So working to get that taken care of. Had my meeting on Wednesday. Always love my group. Actually ended up, we had someone new come, and whenever someone new comes to our meetings, we try and give stories of experience, strength, and hope. Where we were, how things were, and where we are now. And I took a really interesting twist on my share and decided to talk about how I'm the luckiest person in the world, and how I was lucky that I grew up in a home with a computer that allowed me access to discover a lot of things, which kind of started spurring on my sex addiction. And I was, super, super lucky that I had a, dad that nothing was ever good enough, so that made me, seek, validation, and I was lucky enough that I had this happen. And of course it was kind of a good, bad, lucky. Like, I was lucky I was able to get away with all this stuff. And then I kind of turned it around where, and that kind of luck ran out. And I talked about the suicide attempt when everything kind of came to a head and kind of changed the tone. I said I was lucky that my ex called 911. And as uncomfortable as it was, I was lucky that I woke up in the hospital. And I was lucky that I was given a second chance. And I was lucky that I had everyone in that room to be a family and support system to help me through. And I was lucky that I had a boyfriend. I was able to find love again, and that my boyfriend was so supportive and so understanding and so encouraging. And so I kind of took that route with it. And I had someone tell me later, like, you should do the podcast. And I'm like, I do my blog, and that is enough. So it was a. I had a couple people tell me that it was a very empowering and different share than they had heard in a meeting before, and it was just what I was feeling at the time. I try not to plan what I want to talk about or what I want to share or what I want to do. I just kind of go and do and say, and whatever comes out comes out. Kind of like, these vlogs that I do on Sunday. I may write down a few ideas like, okay, this happened throughout the week. I want to make sure I talk about it or whatever, but I don't really plan a whole lot out. So, but anyway, the meeting was very, very good, and fellowship was good, and I love my group, my family. Friday was my actual birthday. I told my boss on Thursday, I said, so this big project at work, I said, tomorrow's my birthday, and I'm going to sleep in, and I'm going to go to Starbucks in the morning, and I'm going to put myself on do not disturb and work on this project. And I did. I worked on that project almost all day Friday. Oh, I'm still not done. But then Friday afternoon, my boyfriend brought me these gorgeous flowers Thursday when he came home from work. Sunset roses and red roses. I love sunset roses. Those are the orange with the really dark orange tips. Those are just stunning. I love those. So he brought me some of those, and they were gorgeous. And Friday night, we had my son, and he made chicken parmesan dinner, which was really good, and German chocolate cupcakes, because I love German chocolate cake. And his parents came over, so we had a little family dinner, which was nice. And then Saturday, we kind of spent the day with, my son, just doing not a whole lot of anything. I took him home, and then last night we went to Neon Boots, which is my favorite karaoke bar. And my boyfriend had reserved some tables in the karaoke room, and we quickly outgrew those tables because I was so surprised that so many people were able to come out last night and celebrate, and so many of them sang, which a lot of them don't often do. So I was really, really pleased, and it was a great time. It's such a great mix of friends from different walks of my life, and it was funny because I have a friend of mine that I sang a duet with from Wicked called For Good, and I kind of felt it during the number, but now that I've had time to really sit back and process it a little bit more, I can definitely tell you exactly what I was feeling during that song. Is I was realizing that my life is what it is today because of every single person in my life, people on Facebook who are friends or acquaintances or just, family, and even those that are no longer part of my life. Every one of those people help shape who I am today. And I love who I am today. And afterwards, he was like, you look so serious during the song. And so actually, someone else said I looked angry. I'm like, no, it was just, I think I was really just feeling the song because it meant something. It just resonated with me so strongly because this is a journey we can't do alone. And every single person that I've come across has left some kind of handprint on my heart. So that was a great song to sing, and it was actually his suggestion to sing it because he had sent like 4 songs. Like, what do you know from this that we can sing tonight? I'm like, I know that one. So it was just a really nice happenstance that it happened to be such a impactful moment last night. I sang a lot. I drank a lot. I felt really comfortable in my skin. I felt really comfortable, and I felt really great in the clothing that I was wearing, and that's not common for me. And I'm really enjoying discovering new things about myself, even so late in life, that I am getting more comfortable with my body. I think a lot of it has to go with going to the gym, but I'm more comfortable wearing something that's a little bit more form-fitting. And I love the shirt that I wore so much last night that I took some of the birthday money that I got for my birthday, and I went and got 2 more shirts from that same manufacturer today because they were still on sale. I just like the way I felt and looked in them. So Actually, body dysmorphia has been kind of a topic on my head this week. Ranging from conversations that I've had about, my son is very particular about one of his physical features, and I had to tell him long ago. I'm like, they're not too big. They're you-sized. And of course, I used his name. Like if it was for me, I'd say it's Jordan-sized, but I didn't. I said it's you-sized. And somebody else was talking about something with their body, and I'm like, well, it's you-sized. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's you-sized. It's exactly the size it's supposed to be because that's the size that you are. And it's amazing how I made this comment to my son years ago, but like this week, how many different times it came up. And even just last night at the party was just very interesting. And someone was saying, oh, I wish it was bigger, whatever. And I'm like, it's you-sized. It's perfect because it's how you are made. You have to love and embrace those things, and not because if you get the mindset of, I wish this were bigger or smaller or whatever, you know what? If something were to happen and that were to change and this was to get bigger or this was to get smaller, you would immediately think about the next thing about yourself that you wanted to change. And you would be in this completely endless cycle of body dysmorphia. And you see people who are obsessed with plastic surgery. They're obsessed with body dysmorphia. They have body dysmorphia. So I never want to be that person. And I've been that person. I absolutely have been that person. But if I'm going to preach something like that to my son, I absolutely have to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And that's a really good walk to do and to share. So remember, if there's something about yourself that you may not love, one, I guarantee you, it probably bothers you more than it does anyone else. And two, it's you-sized. If it's something that you need to change for your health, do it for your health. Not just because, I don't like it. It's the only body you've got. I actually have another friend of mine that's really been embracing his body, and he asked me to, we talked about actually me doing a design for my shop of him. And it's him just really embracing that part of him, and I'm so excited for that. And I've got another friend of mine that's I'm having a very similar conversation with, because with my shop, which again I'm loving what I'm doing with this, it's all about embracing so many different body sizes and styles and types, and that every body is beautiful and can be sexy regardless of whatever. So I can definitely tell that exploring this for the artistic side is really also impacting me up here as well. So it's beautiful growth, and I am seriously enjoying it. With the time change last night, we got to bed about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Which even without the time change, that would have been like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and that's not me. And we woke up about 1. And ran some errands, got some lunch, took a nap, and now we're actually going to another bar event tonight, just because it's my birthday weekend and I'm going to go out in style. I am going to work tomorrow, so I'm not going crazy today, and I'm still recovering from last night. And as you can hear, my voice is still raw because I had a lot of fun, and I sang a lot of new songs, and the performer in me was absolutely on last night, and God, I loved it. I love entertaining, always have, always will. That is what I've got, because I need to start getting ready to go. And I'm going to promote my merch. I will say that one of my friends showed up last night, and they were wearing one of my shirts, and it was the first time I'd see someone else, aside from my boyfriend and I, with some of my merch. And it was so exciting for me. Because I was like, it's real. It's not just shit I'm doing for myself. It's real. And there were several orders that came in this week too, so it's really starting to pick up, and I could not be more excited. So anyway, that's all I've got. I love all of you. I really do. And again, if you're someone that I've never met, this doesn't apply to you yet. But every one of you that knows me I literally mean what I say. Thank you for being in my life in whatever capacity you are now and were, because it helped make me this awesome guy you see in front of you. So thank you for helping me in my journey, and thank you for continuing to help me in my journey. All right, check on your friends, make sure they're doing okay. Most of mine are probably hungover. Check on your family and your loved ones, make sure they're doing okay. Mine continues to navigate some tricky waters, but doing just great. And check on yourself. Make sure you know what you need. Me, I need water and honey and lemon and Tylenol. All right, guys, that is it. I love you. I do. I really do. Thank you. And I will check in with you next week.